Right, it's the following week now. Done a 24-hour tuition down in Essex, Dagenham on the chase. Got there Sunday night, and fished like the back lake, and that's the harder one. Got several 30s in it to 36. Looked really good for a bite. Everything looked cock on. Didn't see anything. Rods were in the right positions and that. Quite a weedy water, a lot of silk on the bottom, so of course long running chods. In the morning Mike turned up, so I thought that was a fish. Mike turned up and got him the tuition. I decided to take him over the runs water. Anyway, it was a little bit slow to start with, but he ended up with two low doubles, and then just as I recast his rods and that, before I left, he had a 20 was it a 21.8 mirror, so he was happy. I've now shot down because I had problems with one of my leisure batteries, so I've shot down to Staines where I got them from when I last fished the big pit, and anyway they wouldn't replace them, so they'd send them back to start with. So anyway, I said alright then. So that meant I was going to have a go on the big pit, but without an outboard I didn't really fancy it, so I didn't even go and have a look. Instead I shot over to Rodney Meadow. Anyway, in a set of snags I put a handful of sticky baits, bloodworm pellets and krill pellets mixed in rock salt. Was it bloodworm, liquid bloodworm, and oh god, what is it? There's something else. Yeah, liquid krill. Thought I'd have a little mess around with a few bits and pieces. The pellets, like I said, were bloodworm and krill. I put about half a tub of hemp in, but I've mixed up probably, off my head, maybe about 7 kilos in total. So it's got a right mixture. I also added a bit of hemp oil, so it was like really popping with the oil, even in cold water. Anyway, put a handful of that in certain snags. I fished in this particular swim last February, bloody bugs about, February, early March, and the beginning of the lake, the 3/4 linear was here, so thought I'd chuck a handful of that and some of the sticky baits, white boilies in there, crumbed a few up, dropped it in, then carried on, walked round Mayfields, which is right next door to Rodney Meadow. Got about 250 fish in it, 15 to 20 30s to 34, 35, probably 15, maybe if they're all up in weight, it could be nearly 20 30s in there now. So many big 20s in there. It's a lovely little water, but I thought I'd come back and have a little look on Rodney Meadow, see if they were in the snags, because when I looked in there I saw this, like the leaves had been like turned away from the gravel, and the gravel had been turned over, so I could see the black. Knew straight away something had been in there. Could have been a swan, but it was looked about 4.5 to 5 foot of water. Anyway, as I come back, put my shades on, looked in, there was 6 or 7 on the number having it. So anyway, quickly legged it to the van. The swim's right at the back of the van, and fuzzed a couple of rods out, sat back, and I've already had one. Here it is. It's a mirror, so this is like towards the end of January. It's a nice one. So anyway, he suck it and got taught with a white one. Looks about 19, maybe 20 pounds. So I'm just going to like weigh him up and do some pictures. Right, I'm going to get this baby sorted. So I've gone straight back in there and had a look since the rigs have gone back, because I fuzzed the rod straight back in there. Nothing's about, but I'm not fishing around the edges. I can't get in there because there's a rope across, so I'm actually fishing in the deeper water, like in the silt. So hopefully they just like keep out of the way of it now and don't leg it too far. It's really moody. I mean, last night it was like minus whatever. Oh yeah, and I had one in the night, I forgot about that. I had a scaly mirror, about 14 to 15 pound out the chase at the runs water. And then like this morning I'm packing up and it's raining. It's like weather's all up and down. I mean, as you can see on here, it's all like sort of looks really carpy, really misty. That's where I'm fishing into the corner here, around there and just off the rope which is there. So you can imagine, right, yeah, they can come slip in both sides here, come in and in through the centre, but like in round the back there's loads of snags. They love it, and of course you can see that one over there, and everyone knows carp loves snags. Anyway, I'm going to get this fish sorted now. By the way, here's my new babies. I've had to put the old lucky Marky Mark ones away, so they were getting really damaged, so I treat myself to a set of the quarter babies. Right, it's the 24th of January. I've been here less than 10 minutes. I've had this one £21. Come on, darling. So it's nice winter colours. £21, 8 ounces. Really bright, orangey, clean fish. Taking on a mixture of sticky baits, pellets, cloudy dips, and their new winter boilie. Whole lake is covered in this mist. Got in the Mayfields, it was the last rod out. Surprised it went that quick actually. Had it on a size 6 B175, £10 maximum hook link on a double whittled sort of down the edges of a white sticky baits winter mix boilie. Anyway, it weighs right chunky one, lovely colours, £20, 6 ounces. Over a mixture of sticky baits, bloodworm pellets and krill, rock salt, cloudy krill and cloudy bloodworm. Happy days. The sticky baits new winter mix is working a treat now. You couldn't ask for no better than that. A wet retaining sack, wade sling. So, faffed around all day when I should have been writing. Didn't quite know where to go, swim wise. Spent several hours watching. Didn't really see them on Rodney Meadow. No signs really on here. So all I done is went around with my rod with a 2 ounce lead until I found clean bottom. What I mean is there's a lot of silk in here. And I thought, well, if they're feeding somewhere, they'd have cleaned that off and eating it. So, bingo, found it up this area here. Put one rod out, left-hand rod. That's on a tickler rig, so it's just popped up with a little weight on it. £10 Maxima on a helicopter rig. And the other one is a dark side double bottom bait, but I've just cut the sides off with scissors to make it more attractive, right, like flavour leakage. Spodded over both with about 10 spods over each, sticky baits. Krill and bloodworm pellets, and matching bloodworm and krill liquids, a load of rock salt, Sorry, I've like got a load of chewed up baits in my mouth, so I'm still a bit like not very nice. The bait's nice, of course, but it's horrible all wrapped round your tongue and that. Anyway, this is where sort of I'm out here, sort of like I've got one rod there in deep water, about 9-10 foot of water, and I've got one over here, that's where I caught from. Bottom of the shelf. It's silty but hard, and it's the same out there. I've seen them round here a lot over the years, so I just put a bait there. Hopefully that one will go, because it ain't far away. They're both the same line, 50-60 yards out. So when you think I've only had that rod out half an hour, 40 minutes, and they've had that already. Of course, I'll put some boilies round it as well. Sticky's new winter mix. So that's like working lovely stuff now. I've got the colour nearly right how I want it. A little bit white would be nice, Cal, you know what I mean? I think it's a bit Jewish on the old white colouring. Tweaked it around a bit. You've heard me talk about that a little bit. Finally, I've got something I'm really happy with now, and reflects in the action I'm getting. Because in the last 3 trips, I'm catching everywhere I go. We're now not in Norfolk or Suffolk. I'm on Mayfields in where's this, near Ivor, Buckinghamshire. So we're up near Heathrow. So at the end of the day, it's working really well. And I had a 21, as you know, because you'd have seen this before this one, 21 odds out of the lake next door, and that's a hard one. That's got fish to 44 in it, 3/4 linear. Anyway, nothing was happening around there, like I said, and I decided to leg it back. It's got a lead core band, so I don't like naked chods unless I have to. Just got no confidence in it really. I've caught loads of carp on it, but I've lost more than I would normally. Well, I've lost more than I would if I was using lead core, which is minimal. So I just put them out on the old helicopter rigs, £10 Maxima, size 6B175s. One's on a pop-up, one's on a double bottom bait. They've sharpened to like mega sharp. I might have to go do another sharpening video just to show you how small I'm getting them now. They're like needles. They're so sharp and they're gone. So you can get a bigger hook for the gauge, and then you can file down the point area before the bend, and then hone that down at least half, sometimes more, because as long as you don't go past the bend, it ain't going to open out on you. But that hook point is going to sink in big time. I was on 2 ounce sort of bottle shaped leads, black ones. I'll show you them as well soon. They're from Lucky Leads. So I've only had them a couple of weeks. Maybe it's the Lucky Leads, maybe it's the new Corda scales, who knows, or even my new winter mix. Anyway, something's happened and I'm catching again, so Uncle Jim's back in the mix and trawling. Anyway, I've got to get on and get writing, because I've done flip all writing this week, and it's like the same old thing, 100 words I get a take. Anyway, got to shoot. Hopefully I'll have something to show you by the morning, or tell you, as it's getting dark. Look, there's the lake.